Value Impulses with Dr. Ulrich Vogel. Personal diagnostics insights, leadership, assessments, and personnel development. Hello and a warm welcome to today's episode of Value Impulses. I'm Ulrich Vogel, founder and owner of Profiling Values. Today, I'm talking about a central topic for consultants, coaches, and also trainers, especially in leadership development. Topic: clear evidence instead of gut feeling. Your key to more clients in coaching and consulting. Yes. Profiling Values has made it its mission to develop and apply scientifically based methods for potential analysis, specifically to achieve improvements in areas like recruitment, which is often done by consultants, personnel development, coaching, or team building. Right. At Profiling Values, we measure individual abilities, inclinations, and potential with precision, and in a way that can't be manipulated. Yes. The methodology helps you provide clear evidence of the added value of your work, making it easier to win more clients. So, and I mean, nowadays, at a time when clients are becoming more and more demanding, it's really essential not to just rely on gut feeling, but to have clear and measurable proof of your own added value. Yes. Since consultants, coaches, and trainers work directly with people and, at first, act almost invisibly for the client, they naturally want to have something tangible to hold in their hands. Right. Let's get started. So, what's the exact problem in this context? Well, a lot of coaches and consultants rely too much on their gut feeling when it comes to acquiring clients, and they think that maybe the potential client's gut feeling is enough too. And in my opinion, that can often lead to uncertain decisions and even lost trust, So without measurable proof, it's just hard to really convince potential clients of your own expertise and the results you've achieved. We need the famous ROI, the return on investment. ROI is simply central to entrepreneurial thinking, and it has to be tangible as well. This is where, for example, Profiling Values comes into play, right? With our scientifically based methods, which, as I mentioned, reliably measure abilities, inclinations, and potential, we have a solid foundation on which you can convincingly present your successes and skills. So it's important, that you calibrate your own sales mindset accordingly. Because, naturally, you tend to have a lot of trust in your own competence. Of course, you need that self-confidence too, right? But, if we put ourselves in the shoes of a potential customer, it quickly becomes clear that they want something really tangible as well. So, what do clear proof points actually look like in this context, and how can you develop them in sales? Clear proof points are measurable and verifiable data, that demonstrate the efficiency, effectiveness, and ultimately the success of your work. This also includes, both quantitative and qualitative proof, like, customer feedback, case studies, and success stories. And I was, careless about that for many years myself. You say, job's done, good, wonderful, on to the next one. We don't make use of it, And when you get into customer feedback, case studies, and success stories here, please don't just include the actual numbers in the sense of the bean counters. Also bring in other aspects. So, business-relevant results, like for example revenue growth, quality, improvement, process efficiency or profitability or whatever it may be, but something that actually speaks to business success. Of course, you can also bring in cultural aspects here, because they also contribute to success, but that's a bit more indirect and making a case for the benefits is often a lot harder to break down. So it's not just about improving certain qualities or skills of people, that you as a consultant or coach or trainer help develop, but about translating that into concrete business value for the company. And you really have to look at that in terms of business success in a market economy. So, facts about the benefits are basically proof, and they build trust and credibility, making it easier for potential clients to make an informed decision to hire you. By using Profiling Values, coaches and consultants can document and present their results better. Our tools give you precise data that you can then, incorporate into your sales conversations. So, how do you actually collect clear proof? The best way is to follow these 3 steps. That's how I've structured it, First, collect client data and feedback, as the first step. So after every coaching session or consulting project, you need to systematically collect feedback from your clients. You need to build up a collection of feedback. That can be done through questionnaires, interviews, or whatever else, but I can only say, use AI to quickly create these tools tailored to your needs. These days, that's super quick and it always needs to be short and to the point, because of course the client only wants to spend a reasonable amount of time giving you feedback. Yeah, that's step 1. Step 2, developing case studies. So, just pick out the highlights there. Really good. Cases that are, significant. That, maybe are also stories that are interesting. Yeah. So, document successful projects accordingly. Show the specific challenges and, of course, the results achieved. Right. And don't forget to present the whole thing in a clear and tangible way. Yeah, the client wants professionalism here, but they also want to see it presented in an appealing way. Yeah. That's just a basic requirement these days. And third, making use of statistics and, analysis tools. Yeah. Use tools, of course. Profiling values is also a good foundation for collecting and evaluating quantifiable data, but also for gathering the relevant data from your systematic feedback, just like I mentioned earlier for step 1. So, data is really important. Yeah. They're the currency of the 21st century. Yeah. And by now they're super easy to process and use in a targeted way, especially if you make good use of AI, right? So, tools for measuring customer satisfaction, interviews, and follow-up surveys can be especially helpful here. Yeah. And on top of that, profiling values gives you an excellent method, or rather, an opportunity, to talk about the skills of people and teams based on numbers and facts. And the crucial thing here is that it really is based on numbers and facts, not just SOSO. Yeah. Yeah, what practical examples and success stories have we heard from our certified partners? Let me give you an example. A coach who uses our methods was able to increase his client acquisition by 30% thanks to reliable data. Yeah. By achieving clear, measurable results, he was able to build trust and sell his services more successfully. We also have a whole range of certified partners at Profiling Values who are already using the process right at the very beginning of client acquisition, basically during the initial approach. For example, they have a managing director or an HR manager, the potential client, actually do a free self-assessment test. Yeah, and we also offer options so you don't have to pay for that yourself. And this personal experience for a potential client often works wonders, yeah. Suddenly, boom, you're on equal footing, and just like that, the first pilot project is underway because people are genuinely amazed at what the process can do. Yeah, and you've got it right there in your toolkit, yeah. And that very quickly builds trust in your capabilities as well. We really have plenty of examples of how precise standard definitions with profiling values and the use of clear evidence have helped consultants and coaches expand their client base, develop it over the long term, and of course, retain it as well. Yeah. So, what's my conclusion? I really want to encourage you not to underestimate the importance of clear evidence, yeah. Start by systematically collecting feedback and documenting successful projects. That's a pool of data that's valuable for you, yeah. And profiling values gives you the tools and methods to collect and present solid, measurable evidence of your work, yeah. Use those resources to position yourself successfully in the market. So, we have more options. At the end of the day, I'm also, of course, selling my own services. We often have more ways than we think to come in with hard facts and strong evidence. Thank you very much for joining me today. In the upcoming episodes, I'll be diving deeper into the topics of personnel diagnostics and, working with values. Always with the goal of helping you succeed in your business. Yeah, we want to support you so you can become even more successful. So don't miss out, make sure to tune in. Until next time, you're Ulrich Vogel. Bye.